What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 build video. Today is Friday, September 17th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. So with the Season 04 replay going on right now, aka Season 7, it marks the return of the Scorpio shotgun as a guaranteed drop in the reward track for the current seasonal replay. And most of you that have been at my channel for a while, you know that's one of my favorite weapons to use, and I get a lot of questions on what my favorite build is. Therefore, today, my friends, I wanted to take some time and show you one of my favorite builds. And to be honest with you, one of the best things about this weapon, and this is one of the reasons so many people have been trying to farm for it, maybe you missed it on the last season, you weren't able to pick it up, but one of the best things about this gun is the fact that there are so many different ways you can run with it. Now, as I do in every build video that I put together, I'm starting this off by showing you a little bit of gameplay, then we're going to get into the build itself, and then after that, a little more gameplay, and I'll also go over a few tips I like to pass along to new and returning players, which should hopefully help you when you're trying to put a build together. Another thing I'd like to mention really quick is the fact that this is just a template. As I said a moment ago, this is one of many ways you can run with this weapon. I'd also like to point out, for me, I put this build together for a solo PvE build, so depending on what you're doing, you may want to make some changes. And what I'm referencing when I say that is the fact that you may want more armor or more weapon damage. You may want to try a different specialization such as firewall. So again, my friends, the most important thing is take the time and really cater a build towards your game style. Anyway, getting back to the footage here, you can see I'm on heroic difficulty, Lincoln Memorial, no problem getting through these NPCs, even the named bosses. You're just going to shred them with this weapon. It's an absolute monster. And as I said before, one of the main reasons I'm showing you this is I get a lot of questions on what my favorite build is, and that's exactly what I'm showing you today. As always, my friends, we're going to start off with the specialization. Now, I happen to like running with Gunner because I like getting that extra armor on kill. However, Firewall is also another great option, and regardless of which specialization you choose, you want to make sure you have the shotgun activated in the weapon skill tree. That way you also get that weapon damage bonus. Needless to say, the primary weapon is the Scorpio shotgun. You can see here I'm sitting at about 1.1 million base damage. I got really lucky with this drop. I did have to optimize the damage to armor aspect. However, the best thing about this weapon is its talent Septic Shock, which in my opinion is by far one of the best talents on a weapon. You can see here that with that talent, shooting a target applies stacks of venom, which lasts for 10 seconds. Increasing stacks add more severe debuffs to the target. You can see 1 is poison, 3 is disorient, 6 is shock, 7 target takes additional 20% damage from all sources. My secondary weapon is the apartment SMG. However, any submachine gun here is fine, and the reason you want to run with an SMG as your secondary is because you're running 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury, and as you can see here, it does give you both a shotgun and SMG damage bonus. This gear set still happens to be one of my favorite ones to use in the game. It's highly effective. You can see the 2-piece gives you that 15% shotgun and SMG damage bonus. The 3-piece bonus is 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill, and the 4-piece is Apex Predator. With that bonus, enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And as we move on, my friends, I want to point out the fact that I'm pretty much stacking crit hit chance and crit hit damage on all of these pieces. Moving on to the body armor, you can see it's the 1 piece of Badger Tough, so we get that 10% shotgun damage bonus, and I'm running with the talent Intimidate. You can see with that talent, while you have bonus armor, it amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters, and that directly coincides with the Hunter's Fury gear set, so when you're in that close range, you're putting out a ton of extra damage. Moving on to the holster, the knee pads, and the gloves, which are the 3 remaining pieces of the Hunter's Fury gear set, this is where you may have some options. So you can see here, I rerolled the core attribute to armor because for this build, I wanted a little more survivability. However, as you've heard me mention multiple times in the video, it all depends on your gameplay. You may want more weapon damage, you can swap that out, and it also depends on the actual pieces that you have. So again, my friends, take your time, really make this thing your own. Finally, my friends, we have the backpack. This is another one of those pieces where you do have a lot of different options. For me and my own gameplay, I still think the Memento backpack is the best piece of gear in the game. It can be used with so many different builds, and because you're constantly moving around, you're picking up these trophies, which gives you a ton of bonuses. Now, if you don't have the Memento backpack, you do have some other great options as well. However, if you're running with Intimidate on your chest, I recommend running with Adrenaline Rush on the bag or Bloodsucker. That way you're getting that bonus armor, which will directly give you that extra weapon damage as well. As far as my skills are concerned, I'm using the Crusader Shield because things seem to always get sideways in this game. I'm also running with the Assault Drone because it's a great distraction to NPC and it also puts out damage as well. And as I start to wrap this video up, I'd like to recommend a few things to new and returning players. First of all is this: if you're trying out a new build for the first time, I recommend going to a mission, control point, whatever it may be that you're comfortable with. That way you know the timing of the NPC and you can really see how the build responds to your gameplay. The other thing I recommend is try different variations of the build, and what I'm referencing is the fact that I hear from a lot of players saying, you know, I can't have any build less than 1.5 million armor or 1.3, whatever it is, and the fact is, when you change your weapons in your gameplay, you may be surprised at what you can pull off, so again, try a bunch of different stuff. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about making a build video is the fact that we have an amazing community here at the channel. So as always, my friends, if you have any tips or tricks that you want to pass along, different ways you'd like to run with the Scorpio shotgun, whether it's Eclipse Protocol or, you know, Galvanize, whatever it is, please let me know in the comment section down below. On that note, my friends, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel. I know we're in a slow period right now, but as I've said multiple times, the fact that you're here watching this content sincerely means the world. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Careful with those rounds! You want to kill everybody in here? Hear that?
DC-62 detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. We can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You gotta find a way to close up that tunnel.